Okay, guys, part three. This is where we ended. I felt like I rushed it a little bit, so let's go back to writing these equations. We were given this parabola. We were given its intercepts, which that gave us our P and Q, right? So right away, as soon as you have the intercepts, you should be able to write y equals some letter A times x minus -3, so I'm going to write x plus 3, and x minus 0. I'm just going to write x. Okay, that's close, but we need to know what a is. So that's when we use this other point. X is -6, as you can see, and y is -6. So we put -6 where the y is, equals a. We put -6 where the x is, both times. Okay, we do the arithmetic. -6 plus 3 is -3. We multiply -3 times -6 and get 18. So I have 18 times a. -6 equals 18 times a. You divide both sides by 18. -6 divided by 18 is -1/3. So now we can put that -1/3 here. Y equals -1/3 x plus 3 times x. And usually when there's just an x, we write that first. So they wrote it as -1/3 x times x plus 3. Okay? All right, so in general, to write a quadratic function in intercept form using the given points. Now I don't have a graph. They didn't show me a graph of this, okay? But they did tell me what P and Q are. All right, so those again are the x-intercepts. Okay, so I'm putting -3 here. X minus -3 is x plus 3. And Q there. Okay, I need to find A. I'm going to use this point to help me find A. I know that when x is 0, y is -2. So I put -2 in for y, 0 in for x. Okay, -2 in for y, and 0 in everywhere I see x. I do the addition in the parentheses. 0 plus 3 is 3. 0 minus 1 is -1. So I have -2 equals, what's 3 times -1 is -3. So I'm going to write -3 times a instead of a times -3, if that's okay. It doesn't matter. Multiplication is commutative, doesn't matter which way, but I'm used to solving equations with the number in front of the variable, so I usually put it in front. I divide both sides by -3, and I get a equals positive 2/3, okay? Because a negative divided by a negative is positive. Now I can write the equation that they asked me for. Y equals 2/3 times x plus 3 times x minus 1. I mean, I already had the x plus 3, x minus 1 part from the very beginning. I just needed to find a. Okay. All right. So let's see if you can do some error analysis here. All right. We tried to write the equation. This is what we got. Given this graph, see if you can find the error. I'm going to pause it for a minute so you can look. Okay, you pause me, in other words. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to pause it. You pause me and then watch. Try it yourself. Okay, so we used x minus 0 and x minus -3. That part was okay. We put our x, y in, right? X was 0 and y was -2. So y equals, I'm going to write that up here for you. Remember, the equation is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. So we put our y coordinate of -2 equals a times our x coordinate of 0 minus, they're letting 1 be p and q be -3. 0 minus 1 is -1. Okay. Did you see the error? Right, this isn't a minus 3. This is a times negative 3. I'm not going to add 3 to both sides. I have negative 2 equals a times negative 3. I divide both sides by negative 3 to get that y equals 2/3. Okay? That would be a tough one to see because the width of a parabola that has an a of 2/3 and the width of a parabola that has an a of 1 aren't that different, are they? Okay, so be careful. All right, after you do this multiplication, that is the coefficient of a, and that's what you want to divide by to get a. All right, now, we did this in the beginning. This isn't a big deal. I did this to show you how to, how the vertex, how to find the vertex, etc. But if you do want to change from intercept form to standard form, make sure you FOIL these two first, okay? And then distribute the negative 2. It just makes the arithmetic a little bit easier. Go ahead and pause me and try that. All right, now that you're back, we FOIL this, x squared minus 6x plus 2x minus 12. Then we distribute the, and we added these two together, right? Negative 6x plus 2x is negative 4x. Combine your middle terms, take your negative 2 through. Now we have standard form. Okay, in case you want to change from vertex form to standard form. Okay. All right, so how can you change intercept? We have 3 forms now. Intercept form, vertex form, okay? And then how can you make sure that they are the same form, okay? For vertex form, we know the A is the same. I need the vertex, obviously, for vertex form. Well, how do we find the vertex? Don't we add P and Q together and divide by 2? Okay. So 24 plus 30, what's that, 54, divided by 2. Okay, so our x-coordinate is 27. To get our y-coordinate, I'd have to put 27 minus 24 and 27 minus 30, okay, to find the y-coordinate. So let's see, 27 minus 24 is 3. 27 minus 30 is negative 3. Of course, I had this negative 6 out front as well. So negative 9 times negative 6 is 54. So we get 2754 as our vertex. Think, vertex form, that was the very first one we learned. A times x minus the x-coordinate of our vertex squared plus the y-coordinate of our vertex. We already knew A was negative 6. We just found our vertex to be 27. That's our K, 54. Okay, so that's how to change to vertex form. You find the vertex. And to find the vertex, you add the intercepts and divide by 2. To see if they're equivalent, I think I would graph them. She's showing some graphing. I'd use Desmos, but you can use our graphing calculators that you have on your laptop, I hope. And when I graph the first one and the second one, I would graph them and that you get the exact same parabola. She's showing that the xy's are the same. I'll show you that in class. Okay. That's pretty much it, guys. And just go on Schoology, find the homework assignments that go with intercept form. And I will see you in class this week. All right, have a great week. Bye.